Thank you so much, Angela. So here with me on stage, I have Amena, Anike, and Eracy. Thank you so much for being here and representing Bill Black with Shopify and an amazing roundtable. So I'm going to get right into it. This being our third year of Black Entrepreneurs Day, I'm honored to say that Shopify has been here since day one. Tell me, why is it so important to be part of this and what you're doing way after other people are kind of moving on?
Yeah, I think we are very committed to leveling the playing field for Black entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
We know that this is an opportunity to get Black entrepreneurs the spotlight, talk about their businesses that they're building, and give them opportunities to maybe put capital into their businesses with grants that we're giving away in this show.
Right.
It's really an opportunity to give them the front seat. We've historically seen that Black entrepreneurs have not been included in the conversation. So to build a celebration around them solely, it's amazing. And I'm so happy that we have the opportunity to be here.
Standing outside this arena right now is probably on this street alone could be up to 40 vendors.
Yeah.
And they all want to feed their families and grow their business. And they may not want to be a brick and mortar retail store, but even though they're standing out there as a vendor, they can empower themselves right now and not only be out in the most famous street probably in the world, but they can be globally because you've given them the ability to knock down those walls and create a Shopify store simultaneously. Eracy, why is it important for Shopify not only to have Black-owned businesses on this platform, but to invest in supporting them even further?
I think ultimately it's to do that, to level the playing field. We know that there's been a huge disproportionate support of Black businesses in comparison to other demographics. And so outside of the commitment that a lot of companies, tech companies made in 2020, I think there was a meme at some point that was like, honey, where are your, your commitments that you made in 2020?
Yep.
Shopify is, like you said, doubling down. They recognize how important that is, and it feeds into our mission of making commerce better for everyone. And everyone includes Black businesses, and we know that they're doing amazing, so we really want to invest in them to help them be on the same level as everyone else.
You know, Anike, you lead Shopify's Black Employee Resource Group. Tell us about why it's so important for the company to have internal programs like this.
Yeah, I think internal programs are most important just because people come to work day to day to get the job done. But aside from that, you want to also know that you have a community that you fit into. Even in regards to entrepreneurial journeys, you also need to make sure that you have people you can speak to, build on, people who have the same backgrounds as you, so that you're able to just identify with people and be able to, if there's something that goes on that you need someone to sounding board or just a safe space, and you might not be as comfortable doing so in your wider team, you're able to speak to people who can identify with you, who has similar experiences, and who can also just be someone who can vouch for you as well. And if they're at tables that you're not able to sit at, they can have a voice that you might not be able to present at the time.
Amena, now you've worked on both, like the merchant side and the e-commerce side. So for the entrepreneurs out there watching right now, what do you think they need to do to keep their customer coming back?
Yeah, I think it's important to think about the customer experience.
Right.
Understanding that customers will keep coming back if you build trust. So how do you build trust? It's understanding what they need, it's talking to them, so building out a content and communications calendar, knowing what you want to say to the customer, offering them some sort of incentive that usually brings them back to, to your store, buying more things. You've built that trust there because you keep talking to the customer after they've purchased from you. You're keeping that line of communication open. And like I said, loyalty programs are key. I think that, they purchased from you, great. Think about how you can get them to purchase that second thing, the third thing, and then just understanding the unboxing experience, that customer experience when they get the product. Think about how they want to feel when they open the product that you've sent them, whether it's a customized card that says their name on it. It's little things like that builds trust and allows them to see that it's beyond just this brand. There are people behind this and people that care about the fact that you purchased from them.
Eracy, let me ask you something. What advice do you have for the Black entrepreneurs or any of the entrepreneurs in our audience today who are looking to launch their own e-commerce business, but they actually just don't know where to start?
I always say I don't have advice because I'm constantly learning from all the Black entrepreneurs in our program. So they're teaching me every day.
Yeah.
But the first thing I would say is to split your finances. I think it's one of the biggest things that we hear from entrepreneurs is when they're ready to apply for grant programs or to pitch or to get investors, they always commingle their personal with the business finances, and that makes it hard for banks or loans or microfinance companies to be able to vet the finances. So splitting them is probably the first thing. And then once you've done that, just get started. I think sometimes people get in their head about all of the things that they need to do beforehand and all the steps that they need to take. And you just need to take one step.
Right.
Just get started.
An affordable step.
Exactly. And decide on what product you're selling. You need one and get started there.
So one of the things I love about Shopify is the reason why it has grown so much. It is entrepreneurs who have a bunch of entrepreneurs or entrepreneurial thinking people within their system. Now, Anike, you are an entrepreneur at the same time and a business owner. How's that experience helped you with the Build Back program?
Yeah, it's helped me a lot. So I started my company Black Youth while I actually was starting working at Shopify, just being in an environment of just being surrounded with entrepreneurs, speaking with them all the time, just truly like invigorates you and gives you that new like creative flow. And being able to just take my experiences with like my company and have that with Build Black and apply that there, it's very much something where I just think of like what would I want and what would be beneficial to me and how can I try and apply that to our Build Black program. So just knowing that community, it's a huge thing that helps me with my journey as well. Just knowing that there's people who I can speak to who've either gone through what I'm going through, who've accomplished things that I want to accomplish, and who have resources that I might not know about. So with our program, just thinking of ways that we can fill the gaps. So finding out who can we connect, like connecting dots, putting the people in the right rooms, and just having a huge peer group. Like our Build Black community is over 1,700 people at the moment, and it's literally just specifically Black entrepreneurs. So it's just amazing to be able to just figure out what would be beneficial for myself, speak to our merchants directly as well, find out what they need, and then be able to implement that into the program we currently have going on.
I really do appreciate this conversation, and thank you, Amena and Anike and Aracy, for being here, and it feels great to build Black.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a quick break and then chat with tennis superstar Venus Williams in our final Game Changer conversation presented by the General Insurance.